This week, directing in New York.
This week was a fun one. We did some work with YouTube, with some of my favorite YouTubers, and we got to go to Chicago. There is a giveaway coming up, so make sure you stick around. Good morning. Today we are flying to Chicago to shoot a small project. It's a quick one-man band shoot, and I'll be flying back to New York tonight, but it should be fun.
We made it.
Good to see you.
I am starving.
Nice. Yeah. Today, we're shooting a range of photos and a few interviews. Traveling lights, we did purchase in Chicago a small rig 220 watt light off Amazon. All around, I really like the small rig COBs. I think they offer a good amount of output. They have a really great form factor. It has an umbrella holder built into the light stand mount, and it has a built-in V-lock plate. That said, my biggest gripe with the lights is the knobs. On all the models that I've tested, the knobs are very finicky and fall off often. Since I wasn't staying the night, I just packed a ton of gear, bringing my Peak Design Travel 45 liter and my Air Go Duffel 2. I really enjoyed both bags. The Air was filled with my tripod and a light stand, and my trusty Peak Design was filled with a medium-sized camera cube. And then at the top, I have a good amount of space to swap in and out different pouches that I'm going to be using for that shoot. We paired the small rig 220 watt with a small rig softbox that I mentioned in a previous video. We used the light as our key, and I filled it in a little bit with my trusty reflector. I was pretty happy with the shots. I used a lot of lamps that the hotel already had to fill our background and make it a little more interesting. One thing I wish I had was a small spotlight mount or another light that I could make some window light come in a little stronger. We did 2 quick interviews before flying back to New York.
Yeah, it was great. That's a wrap. We are headed out to a pre-production day. Since tomorrow our call time is at 8 a.m, but our first interview is at 9 a.m, we're trying to get in a little early to prep for a 3-camera interview setup.
Give me one of these.
What's up, dog?
Hey, man. How we doing?
Chris, our gaffer, pulled up with the truck housing all the cool toys. For this one, we used a mixture of light mats in addition to RE Sky panels, as well as some larger COBs. A big shout out to NY Cine for hooking us up with 3 FX6s. I really like the FX6 as it does have the built-in ND filters, as most times to keep it at its native ISO, I'm shooting at 12,800 and often is a little too bright for what I'm after, so especially when I'm using an FX3, I'm putting an ND filter on it anyway, so the built-ins on the FX6 just makes it way easier. If I can, I always opt for the Flowtech tripods. That has really been my favorite go-to, as I find everything is just so easy to adjust. As for lenses, we kept it really simple, going with 2 70-200s and one 28-135. Every time a Menace arm comes out, I get really excited as it gives me way more space to move my cameras. For this setup, we had 2 light mats on the Menace arm lighting our table. This location was actually at Juilliard, which was really cool. When we walked in on the first prep day, there was actually ballerinas in the studio across from us practicing, which was just really unexpected and very cool to see. We wrapped up a total of 4 interviews that day before having to pack down quickly to do a company move to our second location. The following day was quite similar as we had a pretty early start interview, so we wanted to make sure we get set up as much as possible the day of. Again, the team on this were the best. I'll put all their information down in the description. All right, location 2.
Hey.
Let's go.
The second location was really fun as it had a lot of character to work with. We also were changing up the chairs to be a little bit more loungy and fit the atmosphere. Our lighting team, Chris and Carter, really killed it with putting some small nan light 60 watts up in the corners, which really made our shots pop. Even after being a filmmaker for a little while now, I'm still learning so much after every shoot. For instance, on this shoot, we were using pretty slow cards, so it took forever to dump all the footage. So now I've swapped over to these OWC CF Express Type A cards. Secondly, we did rely on autofocus for a lot of the shoot, and after reviewing some playback, I noticed it hunted a little bit. So if I was to redo it, I would definitely swap to manual focus. Not gonna lie, I did beat up myself for a few days after the shoot, but at least I know for next time. A big shout out to our friends over at EPICKA who were kind enough to give away one of their travel adapters for the launch of this series. I use these things a ton, not just for travel, but also to charge all the gear on set. If you do want the chance to win one of these, make sure you subscribe as well as comment this emoji with your Instagram handle, as I'll be announcing the winner on Instagram, verifying it, and then posting about it to show you guys that it's not a scam. That said, now that we are diving in the world of giveaways, there are a ton of scams, so make sure you double check who is messaging you. If it's not from me, don't trust them. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this series, give it a thumbs up, and I'm gonna be continuing to make a few more episodes, so if you want to see something in particular, let me know in the comments below.